If you want to see an example of a total lack of charisma and personality, I am going to show you one. Now, this might be difficult to watch. If you have an aversion to cringe, I recommend you don't watch these clips of J.D. Vance in Kenosha, Wisconsin this week. He sort of tries jokes, and it really doesn't go well because he is so painfully uncharismatic. A reporter asked J.D. Vance, "How are you preparing to debate Tim Walz?" Here's what he said.
Back to my question. So Donald Trump has enlisted the help of Tulsi Gabbard to prep for his debate. I'd like to know how you were prepping for a debate with Tim Walz, who has described himself as a bad debater. Who's helping you, and how are you prepping?
Well, I found a good friend from back home who embellishes and lies a lot, and I'm having him stand in for Tim Walz. That's what we're doing during our debate.
You know, putting aside for a second that JD and Trump have been two of the biggest liars we've seen as candidates to major elected office, it's really funny to hear him say he has friends. I know he used to, but we know a lot of his friends have completely abandoned him now that he has become a doormat for Donald Trump. He just can't deliver any line, no matter how simple, in a remotely charismatic way. And this is why he is the least popular vice presidential running mate in modern American history. For as long as we've had polling, this is the least popular any vice presidential running mate has been. He was asked about Sean Fain's speech at the DNC, Sean Fain from the United Auto Workers, and he had the following to say about that.
Look, I think that my message to Sean Fain and any other leader of the labor movement would be, who is the campaign? Which campaign is actually going to protect the jobs of American workers, union and non-union alike? It's the campaign of Donald J. Trump. So sign up, get involved, and support the candidate that's actually going to protect your jobs. Now,
so that's just a lie. How can anyone listen to the things Trump says about unions and organized labor and the things Joe Biden says and has done with regard to unions and organized labor, only president ever to join a picket line? And then you go back to Donald Trump's Spaces thing with Elon Musk, where they both kind of together laughed and joked about how great it was that when workers decided to strike, Elon Musk's workers decided to strike, Elon Musk just was like, oh, okay, you're fired. And Trump laughed about that and talked about how great and tough it was. So this is the line that we're talking about. And this is why J.D. Vance is so unpopular, which is he lies constantly, but uncharismatically and in a way that is completely not believable to anyone. So I don't think that JD is going to be fired by Trump. I think Trump recognizes the chaos and the absurdity of what that would suggest about Trump's own hiring abilities. But this is about as bad as you can be doing as a VP running mate. The rule is pick someone who won't get in your way and won't attract negative attention. If they can do anything positive for you, fine, but they can't hurt you. And JD is really hurting Donald Trump. On the other hand, apply the same test to Tim Walz. Pick someone who's definitely not going to hurt you, won't get in the way. And Tim Walz has been such a boost to Kamala Harris. And you just couldn't see a more different picture of hiring decisions, despite the fact that Donald Trump has argued for decades that one of his great strengths is hiring the best people. You be the judge at the end of the day. I think voters will judge it in November. One of our sponsors is Zippix nicotine toothpicks. Don't you think it's time you stopped putting smoke and vape oils in your lungs? Zippix toothpicks are a convenient way to curb the nicotine cravings. Zippix toothpicks are super discreet. You can use them anytime, anywhere smoking and vaping aren't allowed, including flights, sporting events, in restaurants. They're available in 6 different flavors with options of 2 and 3 milligrams of nicotine. If you're not a nicotine user, Zippix also offers caffeine and B12 infused toothpicks. Zippix has already helped tens of thousands of customers ditch the cigarettes, ditch the vapes. They might be able to help you too. If you're a smoker or a vapor, give Zippix toothpicks a try. Your lungs will thank you. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com today. Save 10% with the code PACMAN10 at checkout. Just remember, you must be 21 or older to order. The link is down below.